Yo, we're here at Really Kitchen. This is in Toronto, and this is the launch of the Chef Dev debut cookbook, Mad Love. The team has put together all these experiences. There's a total of 5. So instead of me just doing past appetizers and canopies from the cookbook, today we're gonna be taking people on a journey through my life, through some very intimate moments, some vulnerable moments, some deep moments, and we're gonna enjoy some storytelling, some visuals, some sense. It's unlike any other event I've ever done in my life. So let's get to it. Golden Gully in the building. What's
Just
up,
in
bro?
time. What is inside this mango latte? It's a bit spicy. What is it?
Cardamom, nutmeg, warm spices. Cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, rose water.
Ah.
Spicy?
Just a bit. I don't know. It's
Not like your mango habanero.
No, not like that. Not like that.
You open the book here? Boom. Chef Ron.
You get to my age and you like just
Look at that.
Yeah, right in the front cover. You haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you spelled my name wrong though.
Yo, stop number 1, experience number 1, Temple and Grandma. Such big influences in my life. Such big influences. So we have agarbatti burning, we have space for everyone to sit on the floor. So I was raised in a Hindu household, and a lot of the recipes in here, there's a lot of religious ones. This is where I would see my grandmother, and at a young age I started cooking. I started cooking in the temple, in the kitchen, and I stopped wearing a white kurta to go to temple, and I started wearing clothes that I could get dirty. And I was raised, very religious. This is something that my parents really enforced in me. First dish that you're gonna be getting is kheer. So this is a caramelized rice pudding, and it also has flavors of chai that have gone through it. So you'll taste that nutmeg and that cinnamon and then that pistachio. This is our second experience, and this is dedicated to my brother. Okay, so for many of you that know and don't know, my brother Jai was 5 years my senior, and he was tragically taken away from us in 2006. So my brother was 26 years old. At the time I was 21 years old. And my brother, without question, is one of the biggest influences in my entire life. But I'm in a place now where I celebrate him and I talk about him. My brother was the kind of guy that could walk into any room and he would know somebody. And if he didn't, he'd be able to make a connection with them within seconds. Another big impact is my brother with music. So all these artists here, a lot of them I was introduced to by my brother. We have Tribe Called Quest. We have Nirvana MTV Unplugged 93, changed my life forever. I was playing it earlier, prepping. In the cookbook, we have these playlists, so it's called Pump Up the Jam. And you scan these playlists, and you get to take this music home with you. So I want you to prep to this music, I want you to hang to it. But the other big impact that my brother had on me was with food. So my brother, when I was young and I was growing up, he was taking me for pho, KBBQ and Ethiopian food and all these different types of food. When I grew up loving spanakopita, and I grew up loving palak paneer or matar paneer or, saag paneer, which is essentially spinach and cheese. So if spanakopita has spinach and cheese, and palak paneer is spinach and cheese, then why not put them together? Yo, you can't forget about the vegetarians. We have our chili paneer. Paneer marinated in ginger garlic soy sauce, sesame oil, rice flour dredge, and then our chili chicken sauce.
Yo, what is going on? Chef Imran here at the Mad Love book launch, all celebrating Chef Dev. It's an absolute pleasure to be here tonight because I've seen this creation really come to life. Being on the back end, really working out all these recipes from R&D to tweaking them down to the most meticulous detail, and of course making sure they taste pretty damn good. It's amazing to be part of this new chapter of Chef Dev's life, and I'm absolutely honored and humbled to be just a small piece of the puzzle for this amazing thing that we call Mad Love.
This is our third stop. This is the worldly travel, and this is a big part of the inspiration for the cookbook. If you know me, you know I spend a lot of time traveling. It's a dream, and I work my ass off for it. So, traveling in 2016 to Peru, leche de tigre, we're making ceviche, and then we also have a smoked goat biryani. You gotta see when that comes out of the oven. Many hands required for this. In 2016, I took off for 6 months around the world. I cooked anywhere that I could, in Dubai for a month, London, England for a month. I went to India for a month. I traveled far and wide. By the time I got to Peru, in my 6th month, I was couch surfing. And that couch surfing experience ended up being one of the best experiences of my life. So in 2016, I was working at a cevicheria in Peru. I found any work that I could anywhere. The first week that I was there, I was just slicing onions every day. On one of my last days, I was asked to create a dish. And I made a leche de tigre de maracuya. So I made this for the chef using a ring mold before I left, and that was a lot of fun. In 2016, I literally went broke. Remember, I had to borrow money. I was broke, I had no more money left, but I knew I needed experiences outside of Toronto. I love biryani so much, and I've had it all through my travels, and especially growing up. Inside here, smoked goat biryani with the saffron milk, the mint, the cilantro, the ghee fried onions. It's all in here and it's delicious. I can't wait. We have also, check this out, the vegetarian version, sealed with the dough. My cookbook shows you how to do this. This is paneer tikka masala. This is super hot right now. So what I'm gonna do is peel away the dough. We wanna make sure that the rice separates. You see how the rice separates here? That's how we know the rice grains are not overcooked. You see the saffron milk, and we get right to the bottom, and you see all these big, see the goat is melting and falling apart. This is smoked goat biryani, okay? So for a vegetarian version, I want things to be equally as exciting. So what we did is paneer tikka masala biryani, okay? So again, we can see these rice grains on top. All the rice is separated, which is how we know that the rice is not overcooked. So anybody that knows me well, which is most people here, you know how close I am to Mom. Mom, in some situations, is more popular than I am, to be honest. In my cookbook, my mom has a bunch of recipes. So I did a roti video that went viral back then. I used my mom's recipe, which is my grandmother's recipe, which is an amazing thing about this book.
Yes.
If I put my mom's dal recipe or her parsad recipe into the book, it's my mom's recipe. So talk about legacy, right? My cookbook is being used. A lot of people are messaging me because it's connecting Guyanese and South Asians to the younger audience, right? In my cookbook, in the middle of the cookbook, we have how to roll roti, step by step with my mom's hands. Many of you have seen that. So we're gonna do a roti making session, and then we have mom's dal. And you're gonna tear your roti, put it into the dal, and eat it with a spoon.
Well, first of all, I'll show you how to roll one of these in order for us to get the layers when we're clapping the rotis after it's finished cooking. So we dip a piece of dough in the flour.
This is the key part of the roti making process. Different cultures do different ways of layering, whether you roll it all up and coil it, or her mom taught her to use the nail and you put a slit. Chef Ron, have you seen this before? We put a slit out and then mom, go ahead. And mom's gonna roll it. And this is what's gonna create our layers. I've never really done an event like this, where it's so intimate, where I talk so deeply about my brother and my grandmother and all my influences and inspirations coming into the book, right? My career trajectory changed a few years ago when I started owning this role of being an ambassador to Guyanese, Caribbean, West Indian cuisine, and really digging into the Indo-Guyanese food. Dal and roti, where does it come from, right? It comes from India. Doubles, for example, that's chole bhature, right? That comes from India. So this Indo-Guyanese food, like palauri, that comes from varas, right? So all these different things I've been studying, and I grew up with it, and you know, I've really owned this lane. So we have things that you find in India.
Tonight was a masterpiece. This cookbook is some of the best recipes that I've ever seen. I couldn't be happier about how it went.
Big congratulations to Dev. You know, he was one of the first guys I first met when I moved to the city. I was just saying to him right now, awesome event. I'm super proud of him. I can't believe how far he's come.
Getting a first sign on his book and you know, being in the book, being asked to do a forward in the book is you know, that's humbling as it is. So being asked to be at this event was an easy yes, and I'm glad I came.
Amazing experience tonight at the Mad Love Cookbook debut, all featuring our man's Chef Dev, East and West Indian cuisine. We've seen it reimagined a million times by the maestro himself, but for him to put on an event this special was absolutely amazing.
The food was incredible. The best thing about this event for me, we really got to look into Dev's soul. We got to meet the family. We got to know a little bit of his history, how important travel is to him, how important family and culture is to him. And he expressed it all with the delicious food that we all ate. Sensational. Fucking amazing.
So
thank you, Dev. Thank you, Dev. Ciao. I'm out. Bye.
Craziest event. I said it before, I've never been a part of something like that before, to have activations and experiences, you know, have agarbatti burning for the smells and like visuals of my brother and my grandmother, making roti with my mom and showing everybody how we eat dal and roti. I mean, there's so many things that just really take my breath away. And what's most important is that I demonstrated to everybody where the influence and the inspiration for the book came from. So I'm very, very happy. And I'm gonna continue to work very, very hard and do what I can to spread the mad love. Till the next one.